What is up, world? You are in tune to the world famous Know It All podcast. And yeah, it is Father's Day, man. And we want to send special shots out to all the fathers out there and the fathers, everyone who is taking the opportunity to be a father. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And of course, I'm here with the usual suspects. My main man, Big G. What's good, man?
Man, what's cracking, man? Happy Father's Day to the land, to all the people and everybody out there, man. If you're a father to a child that you birthed or a father that you just taking care of somebody, we appreciate it. But for real, we ain't got to do nothing special to be a dad. We just doing what we're supposed to do. So we love just having the opportunity to be a father.
Yeah, man. And we got Albie Tate. Albie Tate, what's going on, man? Got my boy Albie.
You mute, Al B.
Man, you ain't never seen Al B in a get up like this back in the 90s, man. But I did. I was in Uber yesterday, and my driver said, "Man, you look just like DJ Khaled."
Oh,
No.
DJ Khaled. You can't say Khaled, bro. Can you say Khaled? Look, man, we thank you guys for joining us, man. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us and subscribe. Like on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll get all those notifications knowing that we are in your area. Of course, man, we got a little bit to discuss and then we're going to get out your way so you can continue to celebrate Father's Day. But before we go, man, we're going to get to it. Yeah, man, and we here, man, on Father's Day, man. And take. I want to make sure that we give honor and homage to the guys who stayed and been fathers in our lives. So you take the flow, man.
Mute.
Albie Tate, we need for you to
Hey,
put
man, I say this, and I tread lightly to say this, man, because I won't be the one to do it. But it's time to change the intro, man.
We got to do it. We need some sports moments that are big enough to where we can do that. But yeah, I think I'm with it.
Yeah.
And so, just want to recognize all the fathers out there, man. Big G, happy Father's Day. Ma, happy Father's Day. I'm not a father in way of having biological kids of my own, but my sisters and my mom and my niece called me this morning. They all called her, text, and wished me happy Father's Day because they said what I do for their kids and grandkids is father-like. Just the example I set, the love I show, and things like that. So, just want to give it up to all the fathers there. But specifically, two instrumental men in my life: my father, Earl Tate, and my uncle, Edward Lawson. So okay, yeah, that's my Uncle Eddie, Ed Lawson, my mom's brother. He was in our lives. My mom and dad separated, divorced when I was 6 years old. We moved across the state from Youngstown, Ohio to Lima, Ohio. And, me and my brother used to go see my dad every summer, all summer, like from the day school was out to the day before school started. And same thing with Christmas break. And then, and my Uncle Eddie was always the one, the male figure that was always there, through footballs with us, checked on our school work and stuff like that. It's also my cousin, Lamar Thomas' dad. Y'all see him in the live chat a lot of weeks. That's his dad. We're first cousins. Lamar 3 months older than me, so we grew up like brothers. But yeah, my Uncle Eddie was just always there. When I was 8 years old, man, I was running in the house from this bully. Bully name was Jason Lamb. Jason
I remember Jason.
Remember, Jason used to take big wheels and bikes and everything. He was like the Debo the Hood back then.
When we was kids, straight Deboing. Yeah.
Like I said, I was probably about 8, about 11. I was running from him, ran the house, closed the door. My boy said, "Where's you running from?" I said, "Jason trying to get me." He opened the door and pushed me out and locked me out. That joke was like he was 13 when he was like 11. He was cut up and everything.
Yeah, he did.
But because of that, I ain't never ran from a fight since then. He always showed the love of family. I measure myself as an uncle by the way he was an uncle. So
That's what I'm talking about.
And secondly, my father, Earl Tate. Like I said, he was definitely in our lives as much as he could when we were kids. After him and my mom separated, then probably about the time after I was a senior in high school, you know, he ran into life challenges. You know, we talking about vices and addiction and stuff like that. And he was missing for about 8-9 years, completely missing, like no word from this dude. He showed up on my sister's 20th birthday, just showed up on my mom's doorstep. We was headed down to Oxford, Ohio to go celebrate her 20th birthday with her. This was October of '98. And he showed up and he had been, you know, he tried to have a redo on all the things that he had previously done wrong. He showed up. You know, I have two half sisters. My sister Callie is in Orlando, Florida. My sister Alexis is in Pittsburgh. And then there's me and my brother Damien and my sister Courtney, who, you know, my mom's 3 children. And we, you know, I call my mom and them two, we the core 4. But you know, so he showed up. Actually, last time I seen him was my sister. He came down here to DC for my sister's 30th birthday. So the symmetry with that. He showed up at 20, came back. And last time I saw him was my sister's 30th birthday, October 2008. He died 3 weeks later. But you know, he was a tough man, but he was a fair man. You know, I got in trouble and got spankings and whoopings that was borderline abuse. You know, for real.
Hey man, I mean that's a testament of all of us that grew up in the 80s and the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is.
I ain't getting no whooping in the 90s. It was all 80s, 70s, and 80s, bro. But yeah, so you know, just shout out to him, man, because he did instill some things in me that still live within me. Without God, my mom, and him are the reason why I exist. No matter how I look at it, they're the reason why I exist. So
yeah, shout
out to all the fathers and shout out to the 2 most instrumental to me. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say my grandfather, George Martin, my stepfather who passed away just last year in 2022, Alfonso Rowe, and my uncle Tommy Pitts. Thank all you men for helping, for pouring into me and making me what I am today, the man I am today.
Big G, it's on you, man. I do apologize. A lot of the pictures that we had, I was unable to stretch, so you know it's an eyesore for me. But still, we gotta share them though. We gotta share them. It's on you, G.
Yeah, for sure, man. So first of all, happy Father's Day to the crew, Ma, Tate. Happy Father's Day to you guys, man. For sure. And happy Father's Day to all the listeners out there. You know, we got a lot of folks that follow us and watch us on the KnoItAllZ. So any of those cats that's out there, happy Father's Day to you. For real. So to give homage, man, to like who fathers were, I got to start with the late, great Nathan Gurley, man. Without my father, Nathan, I wouldn't be here. You know, ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Nate did the best he could when he could and how he could. But the thing about Nate that I love more than anything else, I mean, just outside of him being a dad, is that I saw this man be dad to other kids that wasn't his biological children. I saw it happen, and what's bananas is I try my best to emulate him in that capacity. Because my dad, if he loved you or if he coached you or he was around you, my dad loved you, you know, and so there wasn't nothing he would not do.
And let me insert, that's both of our fathers, right? And that trait exists in both of us, that we've taken on kids that, you know, weren't our biological kids, but we father them none the same.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, got to give it up for Nate, man. You know, Nate left this earth in 1990, And I was just talking to the fellas about this a few weeks back. I've been alive longer now without him than with him. So, that I know, and I told my cousin Pooh this morning, happy Father's Day to you, Pooh. I told Pooh this morning that my Uncle Jerome and my dad are proud of me and you and my brother Ahmad, as far as us becoming men and taking care of what we need to take care of and being good daddies, man. So, for sure, I give homage to the late, great Nate. Second cat that I got to give some homage to is Jasper Williams, man. I met Bishop Jasper Williams, at a crucial, critical time in my life, man, where I was going through and I didn't know what I wanted to do, what I wanted to become, how I wanted to become it, and just be a person, And I spent probably every day for almost 5 years with him, literally every single day. There wasn't a time that I didn't spend any time with him. And being around him, and that man poured into me spiritually, mentally, and got me in a place to where the end result that you see right now is definitely Jasper Williams, man. I got to give it up for him, man. And Pop, I miss you and I love you, man. You were my GOAT. When people can start talking about GOAT, I love Nathan. I love Leonard McGee. I love Emmett Gurley. But my GOAT, my GOAT was Jasper Williams, because that was a man that he didn't birth me. I'm not related to him in any capacity. But when I tell you that man treated me like I was his, he would always say he's got multiple spiritual sons. He was 6 or 7. He would say, okay, these are my sons. But he would say, you're my first grandson. So he treated me like a grandson. He really, really poured into me and spent a lot of time around me and with me, man. So, Mr. Jasper, I love you, man, and I miss you. And like I said, I would be wrong if I didn't mention Leonard McGee. Papa Leonard was the guy, as far as all my sports knowledge, understanding what I love about sports, and just being like a pillar in the community. Man, my example is right in front of me that I had with Leonard McGee, man. He loved his kids. He loved my mama. He definitely loved all my aunts and uncles. And every kid that grew up in the neighborhood around him or with him knew that Papa loved multiple things, including people, and loved going fishing. And he loved sharing. That's another trait that I picked up from Leonard McGee. And last but not least, I got to give homage to Emmett Gurley, man. That's my grandfather, my dad's dad. I did not have an opportunity as a kid to grow up around Emmett. I only met Emmett 2 times my whole life, and both times being around him was special moments, man, because I can remember him just like it's yesterday. I remember the first time he picked me up and I looked at him in the face and I saw me. Because my brothers and them, you can sort of see my dad, and my sisters definitely can see my dad and my mom. But I didn't have people that I looked at him and I was like, that's me. But when I met Emmett and he picked me up and I looked him in his eyes, I saw me. I saw me for sure. So my grandfather tried his best to try to put my dad and my uncles and aunts all back together. But it's been a blessing and a privilege to be up around my aunts and my uncles by my grandfather, who's not my grandmother's children. And they're all over New Jersey, East Coast, Washington, and all across that East Coast area, Virginia, and be around them and love on them, man. And every time I'm around them, I see Emmett Gurley, man. So love you, miss you, Pop. Oh, I forgot one guy. Rod Simpson Sr. Rod Simpson Sr. is my stepfather. So, Pop, I love you. Thank you for being a stepfather and being around and trying to fill the gap when Nathan Gurley passed.
And I'm going to tell you, he has a whole bunch.
Yeah.
That's just our bunch. That's
not even close. That's not even half of them.
That's not even half. That's our bunch put together, and we see Rod in the back standing next to Chris, man. We appreciate you. The Mr. Domino, man, the luckiest domino player I know, and the luckiest 2000 person. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know how he's so lucky.
He cheat.
Bro, something's going on, man. He's the luckiest dude I know when we playing games. He actually wins. And I would be remiss that as your brother if I ain't let you give homage to your babies, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those are your babies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You as a father and a husband, you've been a great one, man. And That picture down the bottom right, I took that actually. You know what I'm
Sure
saying?
did.
I remember
Sure
that.
did. Yep. Sure
Um,
did. Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. It's Father's Day is a special occasion, and like I said, I share two of the ties that Big G talked about. Definitely, actually three. Bishop Jasper Williams happens to be my spiritual father's father. And I'm gonna start with the late great. You know what I'm saying? We've always told our fondest memory with our father, but there's another one that I actually am gonna hold this one against G until we die. Yeah, man, he held me up on the wall. So first and foremost, at this time I'm 5'10", maybe 165, maybe 165. You know what I'm saying? So Big G, 6'2", 240, grabs me, puts me on the roof, right? While my dad is stealing me in the chest. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. I cannot stand you for that. You know what I'm saying? He holding me up in the middle. We're in the kitchen, up in the middle of the room, up against the roof while dad, pow, pow, pow.
Hey.
You're a traitor for that. You're a traitor.
Man. You had to get initiated the right way, bro. Don't get it twisted, man. In order to be a girly man, you got to get initiated.
Traitor.
So you had to take that punishment, bro.
Absolute traitor. So real quick story time for all of our listeners. What's up, Damien? What's poppin', man? Happy Father's Day to you too. Sure. Your daughter, her blog is awesome, bro. Awesome. Yeah. Some of the stuff she shares, I just want to tell you, as a father, you should be proud of that. She honors you with that, man. Real good. Afton, hey, what's going on? Happy Father's Day. I appreciate it. I thank you for telling me Happy Father's Day. And we appreciate that a bunch. So real quick story time, and because we're not going to be before you guys long, we're going to talk about John Moran. We're going to get into that, but I didn't know my father for the first 15 years of my life. My father was in the military. He got into an accident, rolled over. They sent him back to Lima, Ohio. And because my mother was not married to my father, there was no information I could get. So first and foremost, he did not know about me. And the government wasn't doing a good job of trying to tell him about me. Right. So
I laugh because it's a trip.
And it really happened, but it was all in God's time, and it's all part of God's plan. Yeah. But the funniest thing is my uncles, two of my uncles were the reason why my father met my mother. And my Uncle William stepped in the gap and definitely became a father to me for many years. And was there for all my sporting events, was there for, to see me, cut up and win first place. I was first place, ribbon right there, a medal that he's holding in his hands that, I didn't get many second place. I was a dog in everything I did. You know what I'm saying? It just was what it was. But no, he was
second
there.
Second place is first place loser.
Hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't first, you're last.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Ricky Bobby told you that.
Exactly.
So nah. So my Uncle William was there, and he stepped up for my dad. And definitely they went in the military together. So that's how that happened. And I think, throughout the years, the biggest man and biggest influence in my life has been Bishop Lawrence A. Wilkerson. He's been here, for 26 years of my life.
Yeah.
And here's an excerpt of something he said today that I think that will bless all of you that are listening.
Part of a father is not always shown up in his actions. The heart of a father is not always shown up in his actions. Many times, you men, us men, we men, we want to do better than we know how to. And there's always some father on TV or afar that's doing it better. And we're always getting compared to a father by our family that's better than us. But I want to commend you, one, for staying. Oh my God. For staying in the lives of your children, for staying in the family, for being a father to a child that's not yours.
And Tate spoke about this earlier, man. I mean, as an uncle, he's stepping up. He being a
Yeah.
father. And being a father means more than just you that being your biological child. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Standing in the gap, doing the things that need to be done. His uncle did it for him. He's doing it for his nieces and nephews. And definitely it's a trait that runs rampant in my family. We, everybody's family, and we're taking care of the grand community. And I wouldn't be nothing, man, without these crazy knuckleheads, man. Christopher and Dylan. What you don't know is Dylan just interrupted the broadcast, coming over here to tell me Happy Father's Day. And
What's
I'm
up,
like,
Pick?
he's gone now. He just went
Yeah.
out the room. But yeah, he just interrupted the whole thing and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna see you later, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, you gonna see me later." But
Hey, and I
happy.
love. Thank you, bro. And I love you. I love my nephews, man. And Ma, thank you for being a good dad and making sure that me and my nephews developed a relationship with each other. Because I love my nephews, and they know it. They know it. We talk. Sometimes like we're brothers, and I love my nephews. So thank you, bro, for letting me have that privilege to have two wonderful nephews, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that for real. You trying to make me cry. I can't lose my thug card. You know what I'm saying? So and speaking of thug card, we gonna pivot. That's John Morant. So let's talk about this, man. John Morant ended up getting
2-5.
25 games.
2-5.
25 games. First, I'm gonna ask you, Tate, do you think that was enough? Do you feel like that the lesson will be learned here for Ja, or is that 25 game suspension a slap on the wrist?
That's a slap on the wrist, man. Josh at least got half the season. Oh, man.
Facts, hey.
Yeah, he should at least got that's from my wife, man.
Oh, thanks, Val.
Yeah, you didn't see it?
Yeah, I just now seen it.
But,
we thank you, Val.
Yeah, so that means she ready for me to come downstairs. So like I told you, we got family coming from Florida, her family, and I'm gonna leave probably a couple minutes early. But yeah, John Morant, that's a slap on the wrist, man. He should at least got 41 games minimum, man. Old Adam Silver, old softy, David Stern would have bust that dome though.
Yeah.
But you know that 25 cost him $40 million and a chance.
How it cost him $40 million?
Well, because he can't get any all-season awards,
Which
right?
kills his contract.
Can't be all.
So he can't make All NBA and get that super max.
Nope, not at all. So it cost him $40 million. We predicted 40. Yeah, most of us said 40. We said 40.
I said 41.
Half of the season.
Yeah.
I said
After.
I think I actually was closer to the 25 number, but I felt like he was gonna do it to prove that, hey man, you're gonna lose some money from this, you're gonna lose some impact and some influence. So he can't be like all NBA. He can't even get postseason awards, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because he didn't play enough games to qualify. So, when we look at it, really, what's good, man? What's good? Damon said a slap on the wrist for Ja this time. Yes, but if it happens again, his NBA career will be over. Yeah, toy gun or not, Damon, you said it. I mean, for real. Here's the deal. Skip Bayless, because Skip said it's not enough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Get Skip out of here, though, bro.
Skip said it's not enough, and it's not gonna be enough, and Ja's not gonna learn his lesson. Listen, I'm hopeful. My glass is half full with Ja. And I'm hoping that with this 25 game suspension, Ja get his head on right. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be the face of the NBA at this point. He's not. You know what I'm saying? So what I mean, G, what you thinking, man? I need to hear you.
Well, the issue with John, you guys are both absolutely right. 25 was not enough. 20, in my opinion. Now, Skip Bayless, like I said, I already done gave him the hot trash flash because he ran my boy Shannon away, which is a whole nother conversation. But on this particular thing, I think he was correct. 25 wasn't enough. He should have got about half the season. The reason why is this, is that Ja has a tendency to be habitual. And I'm all for people having forgiveness, letting bygones be bygones, learning your lesson, second chance. But Ja has been habitual already. Like, he told him not to do it, and he still did it. You know, so that's why I'm like, he didn't really learn what you think you need to learn. And this is the hot take from me. I would not be shocked if the Memphis Grizzlies traded Ja.
Ooh.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Oh my God, that's super hot.
Well, because the issue is this, is that teams ain't putting up with it. You know, and when you can get value, look at what's going on with him. Look at what's going on with Zion. There's a lot of stuff going on with these youngsters.
I had to give him the burner, bro. Like, Tate, look, man, I had to give him the burner. I trading?
I'm telling you. I'm saying here thinking G talking about it. Skip, you are Skip.
Hey, I don't care if I am Skip. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not. If you, like I said, teams ain't these. You are a walking business. You are a multi-billion-dollar walking business. People ain't putting up with all of that, bruh. People ain't and you know what? In my opinion, I think it would benefit Ja to be traded. I think it would. He's too comfortable in Memphis. He's got too many people around him. Too many people. He got too many yes people. Get him out of there.
I think the people who have, kind of condoned and put this. I mean, your mother and your father are supposed to be there to help give you some guidance. And, you know, when your mom is calling you to whoop people at Foot Locker and your dad is inebriated on the sideline of the game, I mean, you know, I think the problem's bigger than just Ja, right? He just has a whole bunch of athletic gifts, but I pray that this helps him find some good people around him, because you know that bad company corrupts good character. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But see, Mon, I hear you. And that's what a lot of folks are saying. Like, he needs to cut out his old friends, and he's not going to cut those people out of his life. Those are people that's been with him since he was kids. I think back to us. Think about some of our friends, between me, Tate, and you.
Yeah, but stop.
Made horrible decisions. They're not going to change like that.
Stop. The change started with you.
Correct.
I remember Tate said last week. He said there were people that he started to separate himself from because he was like, "Yo, I want to go in a different direction." So the people didn't change. The people never changed.
True.
He did.
But I don't know if that's in Ja, man. I don't know, and that's why I said it would benefit him to get put out on an island. You know, get put out, be at a place where a lot of folks don't know you, because he's real comfortable in Memphis, man. You know, I'm not saying send the boy to purgatory. I ain't saying that. But I'm saying, like, trade him, put him with an established veteran in the league that understands what basketball is, because really what the young man needs is mentorship. Really, since it's Father's Day, what he needs to be is sort of father.
Agreed.
You know, because he's not getting it from either what appears externally from either parent. He's not getting it. Yeah. You know, and so that's why I'm like, man, I feel for him. I understand he's still young. I understand young people make mistakes. Heck, you know how many mistakes I made as a young person? You know, I get it. And some of that stuff carries you and rides with you for life. But I think because he's a walking business, it would benefit him to go to another team. Or if not, if you're not going to trade him, you need to bring veterans in and sit and camp around that dude, man.
So let's get to some of the comments. Relly Hall said, "Happy Father's Day." Timothy Lyon said Goodell would have gave him a season suspension.
Hey, man.
Right. He's so right.
Man, I hate to interrupt real quick, Ma, but go ahead and welcome the little homie Relly to the That's Rather Cavalier podcast. He's our new co-host on there with us.
Yeah, Relly Hall.
Welcome
to That's Rather Cavalier podcast, man, and part of the Know It All family. You're there, man. We appreciate you. Timothy Lyons, of course, said Goodell would have gave him a season suspension. You sure right. Thomas said, "I'm not condoning what he did, but having to give up $40 million when you didn't break the law is rough. Not gonna lie." honestly, yeah, it is. You know, I mean, it is. And Afton's like, oh, you're right. But you know, when it comes down to it, give it a second. Hold on. I'll go into it. Damian said, I take back what I said about his NBA career would be over. This goes into Second Amendment rights and the NRA. The NBA is not ready for that battle. You're absolutely right on that one, sir.
With that, D. I agree with that.
You talk that talk. But I guarantee you he would get a year suspension, 2-year suspension if he ever did it again. My point is this. I'm with you, Thomas, and I understand what you're saying, but the NBA has some bylaws, bro, and I mean, you know, he got slapped on the wrist for the bylaws that first time. They kind of looked past it that first time, right?
Because that wasn't the issue. Wasn't him having the gun, and for all those people that's out there, the issue was conduct that's detrimental to the league and the image of the NBA. That's what he got 25 games for. If you go back and read the suspension, it doesn't talk about the gun. It talks about conduct that's detrimental to the image of the NBA. That's what he got 25 games for.
And get this, that's what Deshaun Watson got 8 for last year, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he wasn't found guilty of no crimes.
Deshaun Watson got 11.
How many games? 11 games suspension?
11.
Yeah, well, that's 8. You know, he wasn't found guilty of nothing. Right?
Yeah.
But the conduct policy he violated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Thomas said 40 million in the slap on the wrist. No, it's not a slap on. And just like what Afton said, contracts, they'll whoop you. You signed it, you signed the little the on the dotted line, and you got all that little unwritten text that's real small, you know, that you gotta read. And I mean, honestly, I think Big G is right. If we want to just go ahead and put it out there, Big G is right. He needs somebody in the locker room who can grab him by his collar and say, man, get your life together. We're not doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Zion, and it's crazy. They tied in the same draft class, and both of them they got non-mentorship daddy issues. Can't nobody. They rich young kids, and nobody can tell them they've been rich since they was little. And nobody can tell them nothing, and they keep making horrible decisions.
For sure. Tay, man, let's go ahead and get to our parting shots. We told you guys we weren't going to be before you long. It's Father's Day. We want you to get out here and get to the people. So holla at me, man. Parting shot.
2 things real quick pertaining to the live chat. You see how smart my brother is, man?
Yeah. Do you know it?
Yeah, I'm just saying that comment is a real, you know.
So you finna take credit for your brother too. I get it.
I'm taking credit for his mom. My mom gave us that. You know, my sister, a Columbia graduate. That's Ivy League for y'all that don't know. My brother's smart. Y'all know how smart I am. I'm gonna know it all and knows the most. And again, shout out to the homie Relly Hall. Looking forward to working with you, bro. But my parting shot, me and Big G talked about it early, man. What's up, Claude? So you just got here. You late, man.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We actually didn't say we was gonna be early this week either. But we all got stuff to do. But hey, me and Big G talked about it earlier, man. Go ahead and say it, Big G. What you gonna tell the people?
Hey, man, I'm just saying, y'all know I use that habitual trash, man. But I gotta say for real, the Cincinnati Reds ain't trash. The Reds is for real.
That's all I want to hear, Big G. We got a young squad.
I'll trade my whole team for De La Cruz. The whole squad.
Ellie De La Cruz. Yeah, man, we got a young squad. I mentioned them last week. You know, since last week when I mentioned them in the parting shots, and I did a short on it. If y'all saw it on YouTube, KnoItAllZ YouTube. We haven't lost since last week when I was last here. Reds on a 7-game winning streak. They are getting ready to play right now 130. So going for 8 straight. They have a game back in the division. We are in the crappiest division in baseball. The NL Central is trash. I give you that, Big G.
It's beyond trash, Tate. It's dumpster fire, dog. That's a trash. That's beyond.
Beyond. I just want to say, good young squad. Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McCain, Spencer Steer, Will Benson, the pitching, Hunter Green. We just got a good young squad, man. I like the direction we going in. I think we a year early right now where we headed. Still long, still just June. I mean, but they'd be in 9 more games. They'd be halfway through the season. So hopefully we trending in the right direction, and the second half can be better than the first half, and we can get in that playoff. So shout out to my hometown team, the Cincinnati Reds.
Pardon shot, Big G. Pardon shots.
Pardon shots again. Always happy Father's Day to all the people out there in the land. But you know how G get down, man. G get down with some stuff, man.
Well, first of all, hold on, Claude. That's Tate Be Sure. That's not
what Claude called him.
That's not a preacher
Hey,
look.
man, what preacher look like this, man?
As Tate Be Sure, Al B Tate. One of the two. Whichever Tate Be Sure, or Al B Tate, whichever one you want to call him, Claude. All right, go ahead, G.
Yeah, so it's for college football, it's 70 some odd days and counting. For pro football, it's 80 some odd days and counting. It's in the low 80s, man. We counting down. Not saying that the summer is not a time you miss as far as sports and culture, because definitely, God knows I love baseball, and then we're going to go into the NBA draft on the 22nd. So things are going to jump off real fast. But I'm hyped about the football. So I done did my G-Stradamus thing with the college football. I called the 4. Now I'm going to hit you with another G-Stradamus prediction.
New sign. G-Stradamus.
Get it like you see it, right? So G-Stradamus, the NFL MVP will come from the AFC North. The AFC North will have the NFL, and I don't know. I got 7 guys that I think out of the North that could win it. But one of those AFC North guys will win this year's NFL MVP. You heard it here first. Somebody from the North.
Man, I think I think you might be swinging and missing on this, but okay. All right. We gonna let G Stradamus pick it his Swami like picks. Woo.
Yeah. Hey man, that's why I'm called G Stradamus. Look on the sign, bro. I said Luka was trash. I called 11 personnel. I called the Nuggets to win. I mean, I can't lose because I can see out.
Luka is not trash. That's not a prediction. You way off on that one.
He trash.
You got your best one is the Nuggets, but even then you steered off and went to the Phoenix Suns. But you picked them up at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I picked the Nuggets at the beginning, and I said that the winner between Phoenix and Denver will win the chip.
Okay.
So and 11 personnel. I mean, how far in the distance did I see for that one?
All right. So Damian Tate, man, Damian Tate always with his witty and sarcastic comments said for overweight, overworked football and basketball fans that don't do anything physical in the summertime is weak.
Hey,
listen,
he's speaking for himself though.
Listen. I'm just gonna tell you, we have summertime fans. We got summertime. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'll give you another quick G Stradamus real fast. The NBA draft is what, the 22nd of June? Yeah, that sounds right. Watch what I tell you. Some of the big name players gonna get traded. Some of them, because teams are sick of it, bro.
I mean, that's not really a G Stradamus thing.
When was the last time you saw a major player traded on NBA draft day?
There's gonna be some people move around.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like some Bradley Beals.
It's gonna be some people.
I'm talking about big time players.
Around. Washington's finna break it up. Indiana's finna break it up. They may even be moving. You know
Zion, because the Pelicans want the number 3 pick. They want that number 3.
Hey, Timothy Line says Big G has some secret love for Luka.
Luka trash. Luka trash.
He does. Listen, I just, man, we're getting ready to get out of here, man. I really want to advise everybody, man. If you can, as the male, it takes nothing to be born a male, but it takes everything to become a man and be a father. You know what I'm saying? So if you get an opportunity to stand in a child's life, make sure you do that, man, because you don't know the type of impact that it'll make. You know what I'm saying? Just like I keep going back to Tate's uncle, stepping up for him and becoming something and showing him something, and it stuck with him for life, man. And that's why I have sons who have friends, and every time I see one of their friends on another path, I always step in. I mean, now it's just it's a part of my nature. They used to come to the house, they used to eat at the house. You know what I'm saying? Used to get whooped in video games at the house because that's what I do. So I
It's
want to
trash.
I want to make sure. Hey, Sean, let's not talking about the throttlings that you've taken at my hands. Um, the the gist of the matter is we want to make sure that if you can be a difference in somebody's life. Also, like as promised, here we go. Know It All T-shirts. We'll definitely have a link. We got the Know It All T-shirts here. I also want to do some bucket hats, man. We're gonna do some bucket hats. I love bucket hats for the summer. Check those out. We'll have those available. I have a link up to where you can get them. We want to make sure that you rock with us. Those of you who said you wanted a t-shirt, we're gonna get those up. Timothy, you want no parts of this, I promise. Thank you, Afton. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate you for being a part of the show all the time. Timothy said MJ is still his goatness. Man, you're a smart man, except for trying to challenge me in video game. In 2K and Madden, you don't want none of that smoke. Call of Duty, I'm nobody. Yeah.
My brother Damien on the light chat will bust your head.
You know what? Damien probably would.
I'm talking about Madden.
Damien and Max are the only two that I will bow down to. And the only reason why I know I'll bow down to them is because they probably spend more time playing it than I have to spend time producing the shows and being behind the scenes listening to
but
tape,
all playing
takes.
aside, Damien a dog. And that Madden, Damien been cracking heads, man, for 30 years. Damien a beast. Beast.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, and G won't make no takes and Taste takes a whack. So I got, what I'm saying? I mean, it's this whole thing. I got to produce shows for whackness. No, I'm be real with you, man. That last Cleveland Cavaliers show, if you didn't hear it, man, make sure you get a chance to go check that out on Apple Music, Spotify, Twitch, what is it? Stitcher. Yeah, all of those podcasts are available online, man, and wherever you get your podcast. Listen, it was a really good show. Relly made it great. I'm gonna tell you something. I loved listening to Relly. He brought a lot of good stuff out of Tate, and I even said, Tate will tell you, I said if G would have been here, it'd have been way better. It would have been way better. Didn't I say that, Tate?
Yeah, because G could have done the host and asked the questions. You could have got this great commentary from me.
Well, that tells you how great of a host he is.
The issue is just be listening out for That's Rather Cleveland Cavaliers podcast on those medias that Tate said. Because with the new team and the new squad, we're about to crank this thing up, man. We got an NBA preview that's going to come to you this week before the draft, and we're going to talk about what teams should be doing, including the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He said, Claude said, I hate Skip, but he was right. Ja deserved more games. I'm going to tell you, we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll definitely do. But I will say this. I'm going to say this, and like I said, I'll leave a link up inside of the video so that you guys could get to the shirts, you get to the hats. I'm going to say this, man. It is a joy and a pleasure to be able to rock with two good men every Sunday. I appreciate you guys. Definitely. I want you to enjoy what is left of your day. As far of your Father's Day, look, not much is made of, and G, before we go, I want you to read that shirt and why it's significant. Not much is made of fathers. Not much is made of us. I mean, when you look at it, it's the 16th ranked holiday, and that's crazy to me. Like Halloween is before Father's Day.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what the world said? You know what the world said about Father's Day? You're trash. The world said Father's Day, you're trash.
And I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing, absolutely nothing like having a father in your life and having the direction being given And you know, sometimes you need to know where you came from so that you can know where you're headed. And a father gives that type of direction. So listen, like I said, please take an opportunity to step out, be in a child's life. If you ain't got no kids, make sure you find now that's no, let me rephrase that, because you know that'd be weird if you just walk up to somebody's kid and say, I want to be a father to you. We live in a different world. Uh but if you got somebody around you that you could be an influence on, make sure you do that. Make sure that you do that. Make sure. For myself, for Big G.
You don't want me to read the shirt?
Oh, yes. Read that real quick.
Hey, so my daughter, my oldest daughter, for Father's Day, she got me a couple of shirts, man. But she knows I'm a Marvel head and I love comic books. So she got me a shirt that said, Daddy, you're more amazing than Spider-Man, more incredible than the Hulk, more mighty than Thor, more smart than Tony Stark, and more honorable than Captain America. You are my superhero. And my other kids got together and got me some Beats headphones that we're going to start seeing on the podcast. They gave me a Father's Day gift. And I got a couple other things that's upstairs that's boss between for my wife and all whatever else. So
did they get you an iPhone?
You know what? They started to. They started.
Because you be messing everything up.
They got me these headphones for the pod, though. So, yeah.
They messing everything up, man.
His Android?
Yeah, his Android messes everything up. Thank you again, Afton. Claude said, I bet the Big G can't go without a sign for one. So he can't. It's not one of the things. It's the small things that matter, Relly Hall said. Claude said, I do love the signs. Relly Hall said the shirt was fire. And then they said you should have got a bigger box of crayons.
They got me a box of crayons too.
Oh my God.
And some markers. They sure did.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, but make sure Tate, don't do it. Don't do it, Tate. Don't do it. Hey, make sure you're watching and make sure you're watching the KnoItAllZ, listening to That's Rather Cavaliers. Also Cowboys Global Cast with me and Tom. Man, make sure you guys
and the Homies podcast.
And the Homies. Make sure you're tuning in.
Sports Network. Yeah.
Watching us do what we do, man. But for myself, for Tate, and for Big G, we gonna holler at you. For Albie Tate, we gonna holler at you. Peace.